I started building green buildings 14 years ago. I was all alone, but very quickly came to realize that building green buildings was not the final frontier for us real estate developers. And that is because we need to go beyond green. We need to make systemic and structural changes in how people think, in their level of happiness, and what they're able to contribute, and what they're able to overcome. And is it possible that we could create situations where people could begin to think in a way that is spontaneously in accord with natural law? And my work expanded beyond green buildings into exploring the world of architecture and also in the use of transcendental meditation to improve business and educational outcomes. I had to find a technique that had enormous scientific research, but it was natural, effortless technique. I chose meditation because the mind is so critical in all decision making. It's everything about a person. And we offered it as our part of our healthcare and our business with enormous results because change happens within. And if you give someone access, that's what transcendental means, going beyond the surface level of thought and action. Accessing our true selves, which has a quality of eternity, of clarity, of balance. You're more thoughtful, you're more reflective, you have a thirst for knowledge. And in that quest and in that excitement for life that begins to unfold, then the students, then the homeless, then people in our business begin to change their own lives. Real estate became a very critical component in how we could change our society. I began to look into different forms of architecture, the traditions of architecture. I had the great honor of working with Maharishi Mahesh Yogi from even 37 years ago. Maharishi was the founder of the Transcendental Meditation Program, and Maharishi had restored about 20 years ago the ancient science of Vastu, also known as Vedic architecture. Maharishi restored it to its original concept, which is that Vedic architecture is architecture in accord with natural law. Natural law are those impulses of nature that uphold life. Is it possible that we could build structures that capture the totality of natural law so that our thinking and aspirations are supported by natural law? In other words, could our businesses be more successful if we took the most expensive component of operating a business, which is human capital, and put them in environments that they could thrive? And that's what excited me. That was the next generation of green buildings. It turns out that the universe has an architecture. And if we build according to that architecture, then we can capture the totality of nature, because nature has a structure, and we are part of that structure, that universe. So in our own buildings, that architecture also has to be harnessed and represented. And if so, then nature begins to work for you. Human beings respond to space. When the space is perfect, then it lifts our spirits and lifts our creative potential. I wish that we all experience great, great success, that we measure in multiple ways of a growing, healthy, prosperous world. Thank you very much.